ki jai, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki jai, Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Swapashad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gan ki jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Jai. Oh, and I think for some of you, right? For you, Sarveshwari Mataji, it's Srila Raghunātha Goswami's disappearance today, right? So Jai. Srila Raghunātha Goswami Pada ki Jai. To dear Shubha Tirubhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami Pada ki Jai. To dear Shubha Tirubhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pada ki Jai. To dear Shubha Tirubhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's Shri Stavāvalī ki Jai. Jai Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams, Sarveshwari Mataji and Premavati Didi and Rukmini Didi. And I see one other person. If you write a comment, I'll see what your name is. Maybe it's Indira Mataji. All right. So I yesterday I made a poll in our WhatsApp group and I gave two options. One is that we can just go through this Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam every single day and do one new verse, or we can alternate between Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam and Srila Raghunatha Goswami's Swaniyam Dashakam. And let's see what the results are. I'll just share my screen. The results were okay. Five for doing Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam every day, and 8 for alternating between Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam and Swaniyam Dashakam. And then 4 people said that either way works for them. So I guess tomorrow we'll be going over the Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam. And then that gives more time to everybody to memorize the verses. Yeah, because that's one devotee mentioned to me that it was too difficult to keep up with memorizing a whole new verse every single day because they're big verses. And one thing though, with this, it's not a problem if you don't have the verse memorized, because the main thing is that we just become familiar with the words and we just have a basic idea of what everything is saying in the stotram, so that when we sing it, we can actually understand what we're singing, the words that are coming out of our mouth, and then eventually, just by reciting it every day. And I think it'd be a really nice program to recite it every day during Kartik if you're able to do that. Then automatically it will start to stick in your head, and then you don't need to even put in so much effort to memorize them. It will be more automatic, especially if you do this every year. Maybe every Kartik you can do this, or another month of the year, and just make it a thing where you do Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam every day, and then yeah, it will eventually stick automatically. And that's actually there's something called spaced repetition. And I mean it's a whole science, and there's a lot of but I'm not going to get into all of it, but anyways, it's really powerful to memorize something and then take a break and then come back to it again and then rememorize it. And every time you do that, you're cementing it more and more in your brain until you get to the point where you could go for years without saying it once, and then you can recall it all back to memory. But yeah, just because you recite something, you memorize something, and then later on you forget it, it's not all lost. You know what I mean? That was just the first impression in your brain, and then you make a second impression and then a third impression, and then it really yeah. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, but one second, let me close WhatsApp. Okay, there. Oh, and Haribol, Nri Hari Prabhu, and Papa Taruni Mataji, Dandavat
Right,
Pranams.
and pronouns. I will think
Yeah.
it's like by repetition and like that. You say like it stays in your brain, so there'll be a synopsis, from cell brain to cell brain that start to happen. So that's kept, so we'll establish a connection to a file like.
Yes.
uh,
Actually, I want to write a post about this. I was doing that on memorizing shlokas like series, and because it's a whole science. There's God, I haven't looked at it for a long time, but we have like a memory curve or whatever. And so there's a diagram that explains it really nicely. But we memorize something and then after a few days we forget it, but then we rememorize it and then you'll remember it for a little bit longer, then you forget it again, and then you memorize it again, and it's like a whole, and then finally you get to the point where you never forget it ever. But and so it's really important, and you can they've like done calculations to find what the optimal time to revisit something that you memorized so that it sticks in your head the best. And
so cool.
it's like a
Yeah.
whole mathematical thing. And so then okay, with this verse, first I'll revise it once every other day, then I'll revise it once every 3 days, then I'll revise it once a week, then I'll revise it once a month, and it will stay in your memory. And so I want to there's been lots of studies on this and all that, and so I'd like to make a Vine of Devotion post about it just to make it simple, and then people devotees can make plans for themselves, with index cards or whatever, and then they can figure out what like when they should revise it, and so that it will stick in your memory and you don't need to spend so much time revising it. Anyhow, that's a whole other topic.
That's great. And it happened to me actually, reciting 3 verses for Nama, and I memorized them, and then due to work, whatever, I stopped chanting it, and then went back to memorize it, and now it's I can recall it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a few years that I've been now chanting it before japa. So yeah. No, that would be
yeah,
great. Yeah, if there is a science behind it.
yeah. It's a yeah. So that I'll do that. I'll do that at some point. um all right. Oh, Dandavat Pranams, Ganga Mataji and Patita Pavani Didi. Haribol. All right, so we'll revise now the verses 1 to 3 of Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam, and then we will go over verse 4. And then tomorrow we will do Swaniyam Daśakam. With the Swaniyam Daśakam program, I'm not going to do a whole memorization thing. This is just the initial first getting familiar with the verses. And then when we finish Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam, then if anybody's interested, we could do a memorization of like we could do a whole memorization practice of those verses. But right now we're only focusing on memorizing Govardhana-vāsa-prārthanā-daśakam. All right. So okay. Jai Śrīla Raghunātha Gosvāmī Pad ki jai. Nijapati bhuja danda chhatra bhavam prapadya pratihata madadrishto danda devendra garva atula prithula shaila shreni bhupam priyame nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. I'm not going to go through the word for word because we already went through it so many times. If you want the word for words also, you can go to my website, vineofdevotion.com, and you'll find it there. pramadama dāna-lila kandare kandare te rachayati nava-yūnoḥ dvandvam asmin amandam iti kila kalanartham lagna kasta dvayorme nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam anupamamani vedi ratna singhasanorvi ruhajara darasano droni sangeshurangai sahabala sakhibisa kelayan swapriyang me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. Okay, now in today's verse, we'll recite the Sanskrit, then go through the translation and then the word for word meaning, and then we'll try to memorize each line. Rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya rasika-vara-kulānāṁ modam āsphālayan me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. Okay. So rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Upon witnessing the dāna-keli-līlā, the tax pastime of the youthful couple. Actually, no. First, it's just upon witnessing the dāna-keli-līlā of, upon witnessing that of the divine couple. That was correct. Of the youthful couple. Nava. Nava means, anyways, we're going to go through the word for word meaning after. Then, dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Oh, sorry. Actually, let's just read the translation, then I'll do the word for it. So, upon witnessing the dāna-keli-līlā, the playful tax pastime of the youthful couple who are a treasure house of ras, you manifested a fragrant, lustrous, black raised platform in order to facilitate that pastime. Thus, you increased the joy of exalted rasic devotees. O Govardhan, please give me residence by your side. So, yeah. Upon witnessing the dāna-keli-līlā of the youthful couple who are a treasure house of ras. So that's the first line of this verse. Then the second line is, you manifested a fragrant, lustrous, black raised platform. That's the second line. And then the third line, thus you increased the joy of exalted rasic devotees. So this verse is pretty simple. It fully matches each line. Okay, I didn't actually look at the word for word for this before we started. So, but it all looks pretty simple. So, rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. That means the rasa. Rasa is that's you can't translate the word rasa. And then nidhi. Nidhi means a mine, a treasure, a storehouse, like a mine of gems or treasure house. Here we translate it as treasure house. So the treasure house of ras, the nava, the new, and yūnoḥ is the youthful couple. Yuna means youth, and then it makes it dual. So it's the fresh youth, the fresh youthful two. Then sākṣiṇīṁ. So being the witness, you are the witness. Witness. Well, this isn't in that tense. It's not that tense, right? Sākṣiṇīṁ, upon witnessing. I don't know. I don't know Sanskrit. Rukmini Didi can help us understand what case this is, because this looks like the anyhow, doesn't matter. So upon witnessing, sākṣiṇīṁ, dāna-keler, the dāna-keli-līlā, the playful tax pastime. And there's something special about this lila. There's because what is it? Śrīla Raghunātha Gosvāmī, did he write the dāna-keli-līlā? Like he didn't write so many different books, but that was one of them. And also his last, if I remember correctly, in Stavāvalī, the very last stotram in there is his dāna-keler-līlā or something like that. And then I think Śrīla Rupa Goswami, did he write dāna-keli-līlā? I don't know. I'd have to look that up. But there's something really special about the Keli pastimes. Like it's there's a lot of prominence given to it. And so
Prabhuji, I think that it sounds well, I think it fits that Shakshi, and I think one of our Prabhus or Didi actually we remember Shakshi Gopal, the pastime of Gopal,
yes,
the witness.
Yeah, no, I mean I was asking about was just this form of the Sanskrit word sākṣiṇīṁ, like the Sanskrit, just the ending there, because I don't think it's upon witnessing like literally. Oh, one thing, Rukmini Didi would be I think she'd be happy to know this. On my I made a study guide, right, on my website, and I added in all the Bengali and Hindi translations for each verse. So that would be, let's just see what it says in the Bengali. So, हे गोवर्धन अपनी परम रसमय नव जुगलेर दान लीलार साक्षिणी स्वरूपा. Okay, so it's just saying you are the witness, not upon witnessing. Okay, maybe I'll change that in the translation. Okay, so you are the witnesser. you are the witness of the dāna-keli-līlā, of the youthful couple who are a treasure house of rasa-nidhi. Now the next line. Dyuti. Dyuti means lustrous, brilliant, luminous. Yeah, dyuti. Dyuti, and then parimala is a fragrance, and viddhāṁ means infused, or how is it? I think here it just wrote manifested. Anyways, now viddhāṁ means like it's infused with, it's imbued with. And so it's infused with like luster and parimala, fragrant. What is śyāma-vedīṁ? A dark śyāma, we know the word śyāma means dark, and vedīṁ is a raised platform. And then prakāśya. Okay, prakāśya means manifested. So prakāśya would be having manifested, literally, I think. So having manifested a śyāma-vedīṁ, platform, raised platform that is infused, viddhāṁ, infused with brilliance, with luster or effulgence, and it's infused with fragrance. You manifest that. So Giriraj Govardhan always manifests everything that's necessary for all the different pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So for this dāna-keli-līlā, they needed in their pastimes for that pastime to happen, they needed a raised platform. And Giriraj made a beautiful darkish, but dark, but brilliant, just like Krishna. It's dark and brilliant, like luminous, right? Um, so and it's full of fragrance. So Giriraj Govardhan, Prakāśya, having manifested that to facilitate that pastime. So having done that, rasika-vara-kulānāṁ. Thus, of the rasik, we all know the word rasik, right? Rasik is those who are experts in relishing and understanding rasa, the topic of rasa. They are rasik. Rasik and vara. Vara means the most exalted rasik devotees, kulanam, of the kula, of the this is just making up plural really, but like of the family or of the group of exalted rasik devotees. Modam. Modam means joy, happiness. Āsphālayan means you increase. Let me just see the word for word meaning of each line. Āsphālayan, increasing, expanding. Okay, expanding is another word. Āsphālayan. You expand the modam, the joy, the happiness of the rasika-vara-kulānāṁ, of the exalted rasik devotees. And then may, give me dehi me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ. Give me residence nija-nikaṭa, near you. Oh, Govardhan, tvam, you. Okay, so let's now go through each line. We'll memorize each half and then try to memorize each line like that. What was my system yesterday? I forgot. I think I went through this 3 times. Yeah, we'll recite this 3 times with looking, then a few times without looking, and then we'll do that for this next section and try to really think of the meaning of the words when you do this. So rasa-nidhi, the treasure house of ras, the nava-yūnoḥ, the ever fresh youthful couple. Nava, new, nava means new or fresh, and then yūnoḥ, youth. The 2 fresh youths, because it's in a dual case. So rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ, rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ, that the rust treasure new youth. Rust treasure new youth. Rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. 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 Okay, one last time. Rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. Okay, now let's try without looking. Rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. 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 Now you try saying it. Let's try one more time. Rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. Okay, now. Sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. So you are the witness of the dāna-keli-līlā. You are the witness of the dāna-keli-līlā. Sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. One last time. Sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Let's try now without looking. Sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Sākṣiṇīṁ, you are the witness of the dāna-keler, of the dāna-keli-līlā. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Now you try saying it. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Now the full line. rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. One more time. rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Okay? Now without looking. rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Now you try saying it. Remember, rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Now you try. rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ. sākṣiṇīṁ dāna-keler. Okay, now the next line. I'm just seeing if Rukmini Didi wrote any more comments. Okay. Okay. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. So, dyuti, lustrous, fragrant, infused. Lustrous, fragrant, infused. Dyuti-parimala, and it's referring to this śyāma-vedīṁ, which we'll come to after. But you manifest this darkish raised platform, which is dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ, which is lustrous and fragrant. And viddhāṁ is infused with that, with luster and fragrance. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. 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 One last time. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. Okay, one last time. Look at it carefully. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. Okay, now without looking. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. Dyuti lustrous, parimala fragrant, viddhāṁ infused. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. Now you try saying it. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ. Okay, now the last line. Sorry, the second half. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Prakāśya, having manifested a dark raised platform, Vedīṁ is a raised platform, which is dark. Sham, black, dark. Śyāma-vedīṁ, a black raised platform, a dark raised platform, prakāśya, having manifested. So having manifested a dark raised platform, which is infused with fragrance and luster. So śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. One last time. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Okay, now without looking. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Now you say it. śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Okay, now the whole line. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. One last time. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Okay, one last time. Let's try saying it together. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Okay, one last time. And then you'll try saying it on your own. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. Now you say it. Dyuti-parimala-viddhāṁ śyāma-vedīṁ prakāśya. All right, and now we'll do the third line, the last line pretty much, because we've all familiar, I think, with this fourth line. So rasika-vara-kulānāṁ. So this means of the cool, of the family, or of the group, of the family of vara, exalted, rasika means devotees who are experts in relishing and understanding ras. So of them, modam, their joy, āsphālayan, you increase, you expand their moda, their joy. So now we're just going to memorize these three words. Rasika-vara-kulānāṁ. Of the group, of the family of vara, exalted rasika devotees. Rasika